All right, after the next 4 years, whether Donald Trump serves out his entire term or he shuffles off that mortal coil after being finally caught by that widowmaker heart attack that has been chasing his ass like it owes it child support, two things are going to have to happen. These are going to be very brutal takes. Some people's feelings are going to be hurt, and I don't care. I'm telling you right now, get over it. I'm telling you right now, get the fuck over it. Okay? Here we go. Number one, after this is all gone, after he is out of the public eye, no matter how it happens, the very first thing America is going to have to do, and that is a collective America. Our media are going to have to do it. Our politicians are going to have to do it. Athletes, actors, celebrities, whatever. All of us are going to have to collectively treat the MAGA movement, the Make America Great Again movement, the same way Germany treats the history of the Nazis. We're going to have to ban MAGA from the public discourse. Now, I understand a lot of people are like, well, it's First Amendment, it's First Amendment. There's First Amendment, and then there's a threat to democracy. And for 10 years, we have allowed this threat of democracy to talk to us. We have to treat it the same way the Germans do. Do we have to teach it? Yes, but we have to teach it brutally honest. No sugarcoating. I don't care whose family was involved. I don't give a shit. If your mama and daddy were MAGA and they stood with this bullshit, teach about them. Truthfully. About the ugliness that they brought. About the racism, sexism, homophobia, xenophobia, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, transphobia, and ableism that they not only encouraged, but participated in. Y'all don't like CRT. Imagine when we start teaching MRT. Or MAGA T. It's not a theory. It is an absolute fact. The MAGA movement as a whole is a plague on American politics. And we must treat it as such. We must shame it wherever it is, no matter who the fuck brings it up. It is not a difference of opinion. It is a parasite within our body politic. It has fundamentally changed both political parties, probably for the worst and probably permanently. And it has given rise and birth to the nastiest fascist fucking mindset ever seen in America since the 1920s and 30s, when the Triple K were walking around here with American flags and crosses all over the goddamn place. It has to be treated like the plague that it is. We have to treat it the same way we treat McCarthyism. We do not look fondly on McCarthyism anymore. We don't. We look at it for exactly what it was. A narcissistic megalomaniac senator decided to tell every American who is and isn't American based on their political ideology. It has to be done. We have to treat it as such. Over the next 200 motherfucking years, when MAGA comes up, it should be treated the exact same way that the German people treat that shit. No getting rid of it, no hiding your hands from it, no. None. And we have to talk about who was complicit in it. And that includes our media. That includes some of those celebrities I'm talking about. That includes some of those athletes I'm talking about. And it damn sure includes some of our politicians. They either sat by, said nothing, and let this shit happen, or participated in it. Either way, they have to be shamed. Their names should come with derision. Every single solitary one of them should be treated the same way we treat Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold and MAGA should literally feel and be the exact same thing. The next generations that come behind us, they need to know this is how close we came to a true fascistic fucking mindset in the United States, and we can never let that happen again. Never. Here is the second thing that needs to happen. Our political parties have got to change fundamentally. First and foremost, straight out the gate, they need to open this bitch the fuck up. There should be way more fucking political voices speaking besides Democratic and Republican. Period. End of discussion. There can be no argument about it. because there are better ideas in some of these political voices that we're not able to see because we have two parties that suck up all the airtime, suck up all the money, suck up everything. So it's time for us to open this goddamn field up. If you have a presidential debate with a Republican and a Democrat, there should be a Whig or a constitutionalist, a socialist, a goddamn Green, a Raven, all on that fucking stage. They all should be telling the American public what they can do. There should be more open fucking Senate and congressional seats for different ideologies. This country is not made up of simply red and blue. There is fuchsia, teal, all other kinds of shit. So it's time for us to stop fucking around with it and open this bitch up. And secondly, or second half of that, money has got to get the fuck out of politics. It needs to go back to this idea. It all goes back to this idea that corporations are people. They are not. They are not. Because if you cannot sue them for damages that they have done and have them actually pay out and not put your ass in litigation for the next 30 years, then you're not a person. You're not. You're a narcissistic sociopath, or you're a goddamn corporation and you have no goddamn rights whatsoever. You make money for your stockholders. That's it. You do not make public policy. That means the trough that the Republicans and Democrats are both eating out of needs to be shut the fuck off. Public financing of goddamn elections, all of them across the board, from the fucking city council person to the president of the United States. That way we give you how much money we think you should have for your campaign. I understand we will never be able to abolish the Electoral College and go to a straight up popular vote shit. I understand that. So we need to make it a hell of a lot easier for more voices to be heard, and we need to make it a hell of a lot easier for politicians to be on the fucking up and up. And that means all the lobbyists on K Street and J Street and wherever the fuck they are in Washington, D.C., ban them bitches from Washington, D.C. Ban them. By federal mandate, you cannot lobby our public officials ever again. It cannot happen. Because there's far too much corruption on both sides of the political aisle for us to ever trust the idea of a lobbyist lobbying for something. If you want to lobby, if you want to address or redress grievances that you have with our federal government, that is your First Amendment right to do so. That means corporations should be out here marching just like every goddamn body else, not paying off our politicians to take a fucking phone call in the middle of the night, change and put in legislation that affects millions of goddamn people in the country. Nah, bitch, if you want your corporate taxes cut, then you should have your bitch ass out there marching in them Brooks Brothers suits and shoes and shit. We should see your fucking faces. We should. Religious institutions have to be taken out of the public sphere when it comes to public policy. They have to go. They have to go. They bring nothing to the table. They have far too much money and far too much influence simply because people believe in shit. I don't like organized religion. I never have liked organized religion. Get it the fuck up out of my politics. It doesn't belong there. It brings nothing to the table, and all it's offering you to the men that are standing up on those pulpits with those Bibles and Qurans and Torahs and shit, all they're offering you is some shit you have to get after you're dead. Nope. Get your superficial supernatural ass the fuck on. You don't make laws over here. This is what I mean by a fundamental change of our political system. More voices, less money, and less outside influence. And treating the MAGA movement as a whole as the pestilence that it is. I know a lot of people got Donald Trump tattooed all over the crack of their ass, and I don't give a fuck. I don't. You're the worst of us. You are the least of us, and we don't want you talking. We don't. It is time to put the John Birchers, the Triple Kers, the white supremacists, the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, and all that other shit back where the fuck they belong. You can be on 4chan or 8chan and spreading your fucking conspiracy theories, but bitch, you cannot fucking affect my goddamn laws that I have to live under. After this 4 years, we need to have a serious goddamn conversation about who runs this country, how they run it, and how we can hold them accountable. Because at this point, we are tired of putting Band-Aids over sucking chest wounds. We're sick of it. So it's time to change everything. It's brutal. It's honest. You're going to have your feelings hurt, and I don't care. It has to be done.